Hello everybody, welcome to our first video of 2024. Kind of excited about this one because it's about some new lenses. And I always get very amped up on new scores and new finds. So today, we're talking about these Kipon Colibris. If you haven't seen these, wouldn't be surprised. There's not a whole lot out on them, and if you weren't searching for these specifically, you'd probably never find them. But my philosophy here at the shop is maybe a little bit different than most people's. As a DP, I'm always after what I feel like is a unique look, whether that's the lens is custom or it's a lens that is just not out in any sort of great numbers. So here we like to kind of find sets like the unique optics or our V35s or say the Schneider Cinezine R3s. Things that are just out in very low numbers but still perform very well. And with these Kipon Colibris, I feel like this is a new version of that. It has a vintagey look and aesthetic, and haven't seen anything, don't know about really any of these. I asked around, couldn't find any, so we decided to pull the trigger, even though they weren't super cheap, but they also weren't super expensive. But in talking to Kipon, they informed us that these lenses were kind of based and designed and built to be sort of a Cooke-ish look, and you can tell by some of the iris design. If you've ever seen a Cooke S3, this would be a very similar looking iris, which kind of gives you that flowery looking bokeh when you stop down, as well as, you know, some of those starburst flares that happen. And overall, I think it's a cool design. And I know they were saying that they were kind of going in the realm of these, which are the new Cooke SP3s. So the SP3s are roughly $22,000 for a 5-lens set, and these come in E-mount, still waiting on our RF mounts. These are $9,000 for a set, all very similar focal lengths as well. And these also come in E-mount as well. There's also several other mounts you can get available. Still waiting to hear if we can swap these, but these come in E, X, L, and Z mount. And RF. So a good bit more option here if you are interested in locking yourself into a system, which is kind of what you're doing with mirrorless mounts these days versus having something universal like a PL that can go on pretty much any system that exists. So Colibris are VistaVision coverage and 10-blade iris, and they're all a T2.5, which is very similar to these SP3s at a T2.4. So we're just gonna test the T-stops on these and just see if potentially the F-stops, there is a larger difference between the two based on their coatings, to see if maybe one does look maybe mildly more shallow, because sometimes it can vary based on coating. So test that, see what that looks like, and go from there. So this Colibri set is a 24, 35, 50, 75, and a 90. So a little bit shorter than the Cookes, but should still be totally fine on a full frame set, and maybe there's more focal lengths of these coming out as well. So we're just gonna jump in and do a quick test on these, since Kipon did say these are kind of in the realm of kind of a Cooke feel, and they're E-mount, so I feel like this is the best, closest, easiest thing to do. But before we talk about the testing, just wanna talk about mechanics. Anymore, I think it's worth it for you to give any manufacturer a look at what they're doing with their lenses, because as it's been proven over the last couple years, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's bad. Just because it's made in a certain place doesn't mean it's bad. I think there's some really great manufacturers making some really good lenses out there that you might not have tried, or they're not a name brand, but they're interesting. And in the grand scheme of things, that's what we're after. Interesting, but they perform well on set. Now, these honestly have really fantastic mechanics on both the iris and the lens barrel itself, and they're all pretty consistent across all the focal lengths. And honestly, they might feel slightly better and more dampened in a more consistent way than the Cookes. But that being said, the Cookes are a smaller barrel size, so maybe there's something in there allowing these to have a little bit more dampening and more going on. So there's that. But overall, for the price, I wouldn't say these are any amount of bad when it comes to the construction of them. And I feel like they'll probably hold up on set pretty well. So We're gonna just talk about some testing real quick. We're gonna do this straight, simple, apples to apples, shoot at the same T-stops and a couple different T-stops, and we're going to test the flares, some breathing, some out of focus areas, vignettes. Gonna be very simple, but hopefully we'll be able to see just how close these are, if they compare, if they don't compare, and if these are really actually fun lenses to shoot on. I'm actually really excited after seeing some test footage of these, what they can do. And for being as light as they are and compact as they are, I think this could be a really great option for some people that want maybe a unique look that nobody else has. So with that, let's just jump into the testing, enjoy some sweet music while we show you some stuff. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, there's our test. It's not so much a which one is better, but just if you're in the mirrorless mount game and you want something that has kind of a vintagey look, you know, these and the SP3s are going to be maybe closer than you thought. I personally really like the way they look. I think the color rendition's really good. I like the mechanics. I actually really like the flares. In the test videos we saw, there's some kind of weird stuff going on with some flares, and I really just think that's because the lens was stopped down quite a bit. If you look at the iris design, there's a little bit going on there that could lead to that. But that being said, overall, super pleasant for the price. And if you're after unique, these are definitely going to be that versus everything else on the market. Name brand, not name brand. But that being said, Kipon does make a staggering amount of things for other manufacturers. So just because you haven't heard of them, doesn't mean they're bad. So with that, there's our video on the Kipon Colibris. We really enjoy them. If you're in the Northwest, come check them out. Always happy to put them on a camera for you. We'll catch you next time. Remember, like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.